Hey yo, what is up, everybody? This is Coach Chad, the CEO of the Next Level Coaching Academy, and we have our amazing NLCA client, Jaidyn Allen, here to talk about her experience inside of NLCA. Your last name is Allen, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay, cool. For a second, I thought I messed that up, and I was like, shit.
You do.
No redos here. No redos here. But why don't you give us like a really short 60 seconds? Who is Jaidyn Allen? And then we'll dive right into it.
Yeah, what's up, y'all? My name is Jaidyn. I live in Arizona. I'm 22 years old, just graduated from
Young.
college in May. And I started coaching in April, right before I graduated. But I had very little like following, very little clients. My main clients were family members and friends, about 6 or 7 of them. And just started NLCA in December, so 3 months ago. And here I am now.
Yeah, now you're on the podcast. That means
Yes,
you're
I'm
doing
on the podcast.
that means you're doing something right.
I know.
So, man, you're only 22. I didn't know
I
that.
am. I am. Yeah. So I started a full-time job. I'm also a logistics analyst. So I started that right out of college just in April, so about a year ago. And I've been coaching on the side. It's my side hustle. So now I got 2 gigs going on.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. I started my coaching business when I was 19. I think I was a junior, sophomore going into junior year, and then when I graduated, this is all I've ever done. So like very similar paths, which is super cool. But my first question for you is obviously it sounds like you're relatively pretty new to the coaching space. What made you want to get into the space, and what's been your journey up until this point?
Yeah, of course. Okay, so my whole life I was a competition dancer. So I danced all throughout high school. And then when I went to college, like most athletes, they stop doing sports like after they graduate. And so my thing after dancing was I need to stay in shape. I need something active. I want to still feel in tune with my body. And so weightlifting was the thing that I got into. But I did have like a lot of disordered eating habits. I was doing all the fad things. I was doing like Instagram workouts and stuff, and pretty much was in the gym trying to weight lift, but had no idea what I was doing.
Hmm.
So I like started lifting, started working front desk at a gym to get that free gym membership. And right. And I was just somewhere that made me happy. That was what I was doing while I was in college. But then I wasn't making any progress, super plateaued, was hardly eating any food at all. And then I started doing nutrition, got a macro coach, which was my boyfriend's older brother. He also is a nutrition coach, owns a nutrition coaching company.
Hmm.
Um, and so then I started tracking macros for a couple years and just got obsessed with it, like absolutely obsessed with the results, feeling more in tune with my body, eating more, loving life,
Let's
doing the
go.
damn thing. Yeah.
All right, all right. What made you say, hey, I should become a coach?
So I believe it was like my junior, senior year of high school. I like started to notice my whole Instagram like feed was just nutrition coaches, fitness coaches. It was the thing that I started to study in school, nutrition wise. I was a sustainability major, so I was studying like environmental science, but also paired with how environmental science affects human health and nutrition and our food system and all the things. Yeah. So I always kind of had it in the back of my mind. Like I was so dedicated in my own fitness journey. I was so obsessed with nutrition and human health, but I never thought that it would be possible for me to like become a nutrition coach. I was like, like I'm just a total wannabe. It's never going to happen. Like type
Yeah.
of thing. And so I'm like, who am I to think that I could be a nutrition coach just because I'm passionate about fitness? I'm like, so is half the world now. It means nothing. Doesn't mean that I could actually do that. But then my boyfriend's older brother, they started doing like a train the trainer program to start teaching people how to program people's nutrition. So that is what my boyfriend and I did. And well, actually, I lied. He did it. And then I was like super jealous about it. And I'm like, but I'm the one that actually wanted to do this. And so then I did it too. We both started coaching in April, and now I'm here.
Nice. How'd you find NLCA?
So I've been following Dala for years, like years. I feel like, I don't know, maybe four or five when I started college. Yeah, she was one of like my top inspos. Like I had her notifications on Instagram on, like
Yes, let's
yeah.
go.
And so then it kind of trickled. Then I followed everyone on the team, ended up following you guys. And then even when I saw a bunch of NLCA postings, I was like, I would never do that. I'm just here for the good vibes.
Yeah. And then here you are.
Yeah.
Our salesmanship won you over. So
Uh,
let's talk a little bit about the imposter syndrome that you went through, right? So it sounds like it was a pretty big deal, but like you keep saying, here you are, you're having a lot of success. How did you overcome that piece? Because a lot of coaches never get past that piece.
it's funny that you just said that last part because that's what I was just thinking. Like, I feel like imposter syndrome is something that you're always overcoming, whether it's like just starting out your business or you're already pretty established and you're trying to go the extra mile type of thing. You're trying to like incorporate new, bigger projects or hire assistant coaches. And you're like, how did this even happen?
Yep.
Type of thing. But I think that once I started with just my first 2 or 3 clients and they started having their own wins, I was like, damn, like I did that. I mean, they did that, but I did that.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know? So once you just get experience coaching, even just your first couple clients, you're like, holy shit, like this could work. This could work out for me. And every time I got a new client and they started having success, seeing results, then I'm like, okay, I think I know what I'm doing.
Yes. So basically you're like, all right, I'm just going to take a client. I'm going to take a chance on myself here. And then you ended up getting them great results and you're like, all right, I can actually do this. And then results started really compounding.
Yeah.
Another question that popped up for me is, are you just nutrition only or do you do nutrition and fitness?
Nutrition only for right now, but I do want to get into workouts. I'm planning on doing OFNC and then, yeah.
Awesome. Good for you. Another big challenge I see for people right in the beginning is they think they need in-person experience. Why didn't you go that route? And why did you go directly to the online route?
It's really funny because so I was working at a gym, but I was only front desk and I was surrounded by all of the trainers, right? And all of the in-person trainers that I worked with, they hated their life. Like they hated in-person training. And so I witnessed day to day their long hours, how tired they were. To be honest, they didn't make that great of money. And so I'm like, you know what? Like I wanted to get into the online space because I didn't want to be tied to a location. I wanted to be able to work from home, work from anywhere. I mean, the in-person connections are great, but you could have even better online with day-to-day interactions. And so that was why I just went straight to online. So
why do you think that is, that you can have better interactions online?
for like my clients especially, I feel like the communication is I do 24/7 communication right now. And so I like being able to do video calls or voice memos or texts. And with a lot of in-person coaching, there's like travel that has to become involved. If you're working with a client at that time, you can't necessarily stop and respond to other people. So I feel like my communication is personally a lot better online.
100%. I definitely agree. I was just curious your insight. All right, so let's talk about your results and then let's kind of work backwards on how you got there. So where's your business at currently?
Yeah. So again, I started NLCA in December, but I did not start taking on new clients until January 1st. So again, I started our business in April of last year. And at the end of December, I myself had only 7 clients. So we're talking like 8 months, 7 clients. I was only bringing in like $800 and $900 a month with coaching.
Okay. And that was from April to December?
Yep, correct. So pre-NLCA.
Cool.
Prehistoric age. What it feels like. So then in between that time, April to December, I had only made in coaching $6,000 for the whole year, like 8 months, $6,000.
Yeah.
Now, fast forward NLCA in January, I brought on new clients. I contracted an even $14,000.
Woo! I remember you posting in the Facebook group on that.
I know. I still dropped dead because of it. I'm like, how? How?
Yes, I love that. I love that. Okay, so we did 14K in January.
And then in February, I just did a little over 9K.
Nice. There we go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Working
So,
towards those 10K months.
yeah, yeah. So basically, if my math is correct, that would have you at $23,000 in 2 months, which is about 4 times the amount you did in almost a whole entire year. That's
That's right.
insane. That's
I
insane.
know.
Okay, we need to break that down. So I want to hear it from you. Why do you think that is? How are you able to what do we say? 4x? Yeah, 4x your results in such a short amount of time.
Yeah. So pretty much signed up with NLCA, just started going through the course and doing just all of the things that I was told to do. But the main thing that I think it was like the support that I got. It honestly just held me accountable to, like, if I was told to do something, and then if I said that I was going to do something, even if that was, all right, I'm going to post 4 times this week about X topic, then like I had to do it. Because I mean, I'm very type A, and I'm like, I'm not going to say something and then not do it. So it just forced me to do it, right? That accountability. But then also, one of my biggest things was mindset. So
Mm.
I was like terrified to reach out to people to even ask if they needed a nutrition coach, like doing DM outreach and stuff. So once
Yep.
I learned how to do DM outreach, the mindset of how to approach it, even scripts on how to get clients in the DMs, to get people on calls, that's pretty much like how I've gotten all of my clients. But the biggest thing, though, surprisingly, is yes, I have done a lot of DM outreach, gotten new clients that way. But most of the new clients that I've got, I now have a team of about 27 clients.
Wow.
Yeah. So I started with 7. Now I have 27. And my main thing was referrals.
Mm.
And so I think that was because in NLCA and like in all of the support call videos and stuff, all of the tools and the resources that I got to make my coaching and like my client delivery better for my clients, that is what got me like my referrals and got me new clients.
Yes. Okay, cool. So I wrote down 3 things. So you're saying that your 4x results is because of the support and accountability, the mindset specifically around sales and DM outreach, the scripts and the process, and then lastly, your ability to improve your coaching program, which has allowed for more referrals. Is that
Yeah.
correct?
Yeah, 100%.
Boom. All right, let's go a little bit deeper into each one. So with the support, what specifically do you feel like you benefited from the support? Like, what did you like about it?
Action, like taking action. I was very much a person where like I would say that I was going to do something, and then I would be too hesitant to do it because I'd be scared that it wasn't going to be perfect. And so just making action steps and like breaking down actions and like how to get those tangible results with like a one-on-one coach like you guys,
Hmm.
that is why, like, I think that that's why I was able to actually do those things, like posting or doing things that I was like scared to do before, reaching out to someone in the DMs, right? I would just do it even if in my head it was messy.
Yep, 100%. Talk a little bit about your experience with the one-to-one coaching. Not, I mean, I don't know if you've been in a part of other business coaching programs before, but not all business coaching programs have the one-to-one calls. So what was your experience with that?
Yeah, they were like, I feel like a whole semester's worth of knowledge in 30 minutes. Like I was someone who, I think that like sometimes calls can be very exhausting. So I'm like, "Ugh, I know that I need to do this, but I don't necessarily want to, but I know I'll feel so much better after I do it." So then I'd hop on a one-on-one call with Kevin or Lacey to do mindset, or Jake. And then after the call, I'd be like, holy shit, I'm so motivated right now. Let's get this bread. Let's make this money. Like we're about it.
Yeah, you got great energy. I love it. All right,
Uh,
so let's move on to the next one. So mindset. So you mentioned Lacey. Obviously, we have a one-to-one mindset coach in Lacey. How did she help you? If she was the one that helped you, I'm assuming she is. How did she help you with getting over that mindset around DM outreach?
yeah. So again, I think that one of my things was big imposter syndrome, but my main fear was really deeply rooted in the fact that I would not be able to quit my full-time job
Mm.
because I had an extreme like money scarcity mindset, but
Mhm.
also I had a mindset of what if I succeed at this? What if I have a really good business and then I quit my job and then my business fails and then I'm like SOL.
Yep.
And so in my head, I'm like, I cannot quit my full-time job, even though it makes me miserable. There's no way because all my business will fail. And like that was just a cycle mindset of like, I just couldn't get out of that loop. And so Lacey really helped me break down like, why am I like, why is that a thing? Why am I having that thought? And then kind of breaking it down even to like my whole like childhood and life. It was super weird. I felt like I just went to like a therapist.
Yeah, yeah. We won't get into your childhood here.
Yeah. Yeah. But then after I kind of got out of that mindset and started looking at like, okay, but what if I'm successful and let's just take a risk, take the jump, do it, reframe my mindset, and just like hop into the DMs. Like I was just holding myself back, major procrastination mode.
Yep.
And once I just started taking action, getting over myself a little bit, then that's when like my sales started going up. I obviously was getting new clients because I was doing something. And
Mm.
so all of that made my confidence go up. And
And
yeah.
the rest is history. Shit, there was a question I was gonna ask. Oh no, I'm losing it. This happens like once a podcast. It'll come back to me. Let's go on to the next one. So the next one you said is your referrals increased, and you attributed that to the information in the course improving your program. What specifically do you feel like you improved in your program?
Yeah. So the client delivery support calls, anytime that I would listen to, I'm mostly listening to the support call recordings because of my work schedule. But anytime that I would listen to something in the client delivery calls, I would be like, damn, that's a really good idea. I'm going to do that for my clients. And then I would do it. I would set it up. I would actually take action on those things. And then their results would be awesome. And then I got a lot of guides and like tangible resources that I could, put my own emphasis on, brand as my own, use as new knowledge and stuff to give my clients. And it just made my coaching better.
Boom. I love it. And I remembered my question.
Yes.
It was where's that progress with you leaving your full-time job?
Okay. I'm just going to say it. I could do it right now. So
Yeah, yeah.
I'm currently making more money than I am at my full-time job. But at the same time, right now, I am enjoying having the dual income. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
But I am planning on leaving within the next 2 months. I think that's the best decision for me. Where I work, like in logistics, is very stressful, so they need a replacement.
Yeah, absolutely.
I do pretty good. So I'm like, someone needs to come in and take over.
For sure. What's the goal with your business? Like how far do you want to take this?
So my goal is I want to hire an assistant coach. My sister is currently studying nutrition and a lot of like mental health around nutrition. So I'd love to bring her on as an assistant coach. My boyfriend Ian too, he's also a coach. So I would like for both of us to go full time doing this.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm trying to
That'd be
be.
awesome.
Yep. I'm
Yeah.
trying to.
Let's go. Let's go. I love it. All right. Well, hey, I only got two more questions for you. The next one is, were you skeptical prior to joining NLCA? If you were, which I'm assuming you were, what were you skeptical of and what helped you overcome that?
Yeah, so it took me like 6 calls before I was able to be closed.
Wow. No way. Oh
Yeah,
my
I'm
God.
serious. I think, the hardest person to close ever. I started taking
Who
calls.
did it? Who did it?
PJ was my first one, and then
Yeah.
my closer was Jessica, that girl.
Yeah, she's great.
Yeah, bless
She
her
took the
heart.
other 5 calls, Jess?
I think I did 2 with PJ and then 4 with Jess, I think.
Wow.
So yeah, they had dedication and they did not give up. And so I started taking calls in June, and obviously I didn't sign until December. My main thing was I didn't know if I was ever going to be able to go full time. So what's the point? I'm like, maybe this can make me go full time. Who knows? But I don't know. And then my other thing was money. So like after my 3rd or 4th call, I'm like, you don't have to sell me anymore. Like I'm in. I'm 100% in. I got it. I'm just broke. Like I'm like, I just graduated, just started a full-time job. And so we were trying to move out of an apartment, all the things, all the excuses. But then I'm like, give me like 2 months, and saved up as much as I could, drained my savings account for a down payment. And then I made everything back in 4 weeks.
Yeah, that's insane. Very, very much like my journey. I told my first business coach the same thing. I said, give me 2 weeks. I sold a bunch of shit, picked up some weird jobs, came up with enough money to make the down payment, and yeah, the rest is history from there. But that's really cool. That's really cool. What got you over the skepticism? It sounds like just the continuation of us keeping up with you and making sure that you're going down the right path. Is that correct?
Yeah, 100%.
Sweet. All right. Well, hey, I only got one last question for you. Of course, my dog is going to be. Hold on, my girlfriend just got home. All right, go say hi, Mila. Oh, sorry. Okay, last question for you is who would benefit from NLCA?
Oh my gosh. Honestly, even if someone is not a coach yet and they're wanting to be, they could benefit. Because even if I wasn't a coach yet, I think that NLCA would help me even before I had started coaching or taking on a single client, because you need all of your systems set up. You learn how to sell, you learn how to close, you learn how to be a better coach and provide for your current clients, how to show up online, all the things. So like if someone is interested in being a coach, or if you're already an established coach, or you're like already really, really killing it and you could go straight to mastery, like
yeah, all
also
the
your core. Yeah, also your core.
all the people. Well, hey, Jaidyn, this has been great. I'm very happy for your success in such a short period of time and excited to see what you do in the next coming months. Where can people find you at?
Yeah, you can find me on Instagram. I'm at Jaidyn_Allen, JAIDYN_ALLEN. I'm on Facebook, Jaidyn Allen. And yeah.
Amazing. Well, hey, thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate everybody that listened. If you guys enjoyed this one, screenshot it up, tag me and Jaidyn, post it on your story, and we'll see you guys in the next one.